stop trying to do everything, because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, you already know what time it never is. Let go. I'm serving scriptures to the bodies that be lost in the street. Man, I ain't letting go of nothing, this the gospel to me. I'm never quitting, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm focused on my mission like I'm Moses walking straight through the sea. I got a pocket full of pennies cause my soul changed. Even that my Lord's never joined the dope game. Now I'm getting real comfy, let the coat hang. You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rapping's an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every single daughter. I ain't gonna wait till you give it, man, I'ma take my flowers. Don't need no trophies or glory because he gave me power. I'll just keep repping the kingdom until the final hour. Purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go.
My purpose, man, it's locked down. Can't take it from me, no, not now. Ain't no way I'ma walk out. I'm fighting on for my God's crown. Got a problem with it, that's on you. Get behind me, Satan, watch God do everything that he said he would, and that's all faith, yeah, understood. Yeah, got a calling, we're showing up. Evil spirit need to step down, otherwise I'll be pulling up. Aftermath, y'all see the blood dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead to me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it. Woo. Ignore all the people that don't want to see you do it for the kingdom. Glory be given to God, we don't deserve it. When the yang comes, he's putting his heel right on the back of the neck, killing the serpent. The battle is already won, so
this is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah, if you ain't know, never let go. See, we only living in the purpose that God put us in, you feel me? Never let go. So never mind who you thought we were. Never let go. I know you feel like you the gatekeeper and everything. Never let go. But it ain't up to you. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah. 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 I'm feeling like David. Yeah. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Yeah. And what up, daddy? Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. You can't face me. I'm feeling like Joseph. Yeah. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen, why these haters tweaking? Acting like I don't need it. All of my pockets bleeding. All of my sneakers speaking. Never had a pot to piss in. Made a lot of dumb decisions. All of my sins forgiven. Now I got ammunition. No competition. This is the product of staying resilient. I'm gonna make it, don't need an opinion. Ain't gonna fumble, I'm here on a mission. I'm already winning. This is the vision. Feeling like Jesus in front of the millions. Making my mark with some bread and some fishes. Can't take the heat to get out of the kitchen. I'm feeling like David. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I'm Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Listen, stacking the green, I stay in the lab. Heat up the curry, I'm making a splash. Brother, he made me with clay in his hand. Shooting my shot like I'm Kevin Durant. From London to France, I cannot wait till I see all the beautiful cities and land. That is the plan, so I'm gonna need all my checks in advance. Do what I can, even without the best microphone. I'm finna make me a jam. Thanking my God for the things that I have. Turning my water to wine in the flash. Living in fear is a thing of the past. Ignoring the hate that I hear on the gram. You think you the GOAT, but you really a lamb. Here with my Bible, you know who I am. I'm feeling like David. King David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling like Daniel. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man. I'm on a roll, man. Yeah. Why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah. Kind of a buster, man. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke, man? God is the GOAT. You already know how many blessings you think that my God gonna bring in a row. Follow the code. I don't be cheating this game, man. I play on a whole other mode. All of my bros, yeah, we be reading the Bible together. We taking some notes, defeating the foes. Yeah, we got God on our side, he the GOAT. A to the O, Alpha Omega. Man, I ain't never been afraid of no danger. Devil coming at me, but I got the right savior. I'm about to put him down like Obi did Vader. Got a lightsaber, who wanna go? Gassing me up while he sits on the throne. Standing my grind, man, I'm never alone. Yeah, I'm only a vessel, I'm here for the show. Gotta stay woke, yeah. Living a life full of sin, man, I thought I was broke, yeah. Nah, little did I know that he made me one of the chosen. Yeah, now all I do is deliver the message of hope. Give me some more, wherever you take me, man, I'm finna go. God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man. Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah, kind of a buster, man, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke, man? God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man. Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah, kind of a buster, man, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke? God is the GOAT.
I know a lot of people, they done lost in this game. I know God got me, he done left them boy running in place. The label drive me, they say I will never be famous. I know God got me, we out here flipping them tables. Breaking them windows.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? Okay, you guys know what time it is. I'm here to answer all music industry tips, all right? Any questions that you guys may have, I want you guys to start filling up the chat room, the chat box with all the questions. I'm going to try to get through as much questions as possible. So, guys, use this as an opportunity to get all your music industry tip questions answered. Now, of course, I got to get all the particulars out the way before I start answering these questions. First and foremost, you guys know who I am. My name is WesTheTech, aka Connect, right? Music industry business coach by day, Christian hip hop artist by night, right? So I'm not only just helping you with, understanding the music industry, not only helping you with understanding, music distribution and all of those different things that come with being a artist, but I'm also an artist myself. So it's not stuff that I just learned just to learn. It's actually stuff that I learned and had to apply myself and experience myself. So everything that I share with you is things that I just know of because I've learned along the way. All right. So Of course, you guys know about my videos on YouTube. I release those every Thursday, but every Tuesday I do these lives right here where I answer the music industry tip questions live here. So again, guys, fill up the chat box, fill it up with as much music industry questions as you can, because again, I'm here to answer all of those questions live. Now, for the best question that's answered on YouTube. All right, the question has to be asked on YouTube. So again, if you're on IG and you're asking a question, head over to YouTube. Just copy and paste the same question onto the YouTube chat. Best question that's answered there will actually receive a free gift on me. All right, and it's a great gift. It's a gift that could really help you, especially if you're a beginner artist. So just make sure you're asking the questions on here. What's going on, Susan? Thank you for joining in. Again, I'm only on IG here to let you guys know to head over to my YouTube to get your music industry tip questions answered. The link will be in my bio. All right, now, the last thing that I got to go over before I actually start answering the questions is my membership club. All right, with my membership club, you have access to priority replies to comments, member-only exclusive walkthrough videos, as well as free music business coaching sessions, one-on-one coaching sessions. All right, these are the different perks you can have. If you have any interest in it whatsoever, all you got to do is hit the join button in the bottom of the video. All right, but that's pretty much it. Again, thank you guys for joining in. Please let me know where you guys are actually listening from or where you guys are watching from, right? I love to see, where everybody's at. I love to see, typically I love to see if I could get international, if I could get at least somebody in a different country. That's always good to me, because that means that, I'm helping people around the world. And, I love helping people. I ain't going to hold you guys. I love helping people. I love when the light bulb goes up for certain people, like, oh, okay, I get it now. Now I understand. I love that moment. I love that feeling. And like I said, I just love helping people. So I'm going to answer the question. For the first question that I'm going to answer is by GQ Dinero. I don't see the question asked on YouTube, but I will answer it on IG. I'm not sure if you're able to go to YouTube, but I'll answer it here. And the question is, what's the best way to promote an album? I just put one out. All right, so when it comes to albums are very, very different when it comes to promoting than singles, because you're trying to promote an entire project. Now, most of the promoting that has to be done for an album has to happen before the album is released, all right? Typically, if you have an album, you want to release certain singles that you feel will help elevate the album, right? Like, I typically say, 2 to 3 singles, depending on the length of the album. Like, if you have maybe a 10 song album, then you want to probably have 1 or 2 singles coming directly from the album, and you want to promote those singles before you release it. Now, if you're talking about after the release of the album, it works a little differently because it's already out, right? That's like asking me how to promote a movie before it comes out. I'll say trailers and different things like that. Once the movie's out, it's a different type of promoting because it's already out, right? So when it comes to promoting your album when it already come out, it kind of loses a little bit of the promotion, because building anticipation is better than telling people go listen to it, it's out now, right? But definitely check out blog sites. Definitely check out, different places that you could actually interview or just talk to people, talk to an audience or a different platform, and just let people know that your music is out, right? Find different venues that you can maybe perform at and let them know that, if you guys like anything that you've heard today during the performance, go check out my album. It's out now, wherever it is. These are just a couple of ways that you can promote your album after you release. Of course, you definitely want to do the reels, the shorts, and things like that. A good thing that I've seen certain artists, they kind of promote a different song off the album every week or every day, depending on how quick you could push content, right? You could do a little clip, a little reel of this song, and then do another little reel of another song, and just find ways to get the different songs out there so people know, wow, this is all part of the same project, and get them to listen to the whole project. Now, one advice I will tell you guys when you're doing reels and things like that, you never want to use the full song or anything like that. You always want to use a little snippet of it because you want to give people a chance to want to listen to the rest of it, right? If you give them the whole thing there, then you kind of lose the value of them going to listen to it on the album and then possibly continuing to listen to the next song that follows and the next song that follows, since it is a project, right? So definitely always keep that aware as well. Now, I hope that answered your question, GQ Dinero. All right, again, I'm going to give it a little bit more time as more people join in here. Again, for those of you who are joining in on IG, all right, I'm here to answer music industry tip questions, but the best thing for you to do on IG is to go to the link in my bio and head over to YouTube, because if you ask the question on YouTube specifically, you'll have a chance to win a free gift. What's going on, Daryl Kwong? I hope I said that right. But again, if you want any music industry tip questions answered, head over to my YouTube and ask the question in the chat. Those of you who already are watching on YouTube right now, just let me know you're here. Let me know where you're hailing from, this, that, and the third. All right, so here we go. Now, I do have a lot of questions that was built up throughout the week, and I kind of want to definitely get through all of those songs, or at least as much of those songs as possible. So let's take a look here and see what questions that I have ready for you guys. And yeah, we're going to get started here. I'll probably give it maybe another minute or two because I know there were some other people that were trying to log in as well. So I'll give it one more minute. All right. And then I'll ask some more questions here. Also, make sure you guys drop links. Make sure you guys drop, let's say you want me to follow your Spotify. Drop links to your Spotify, things like that, so I can follow, so other people in the chat, other people part of the community can also drop theirs as well. Dre from Jersey, good. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for seeing you. Thank you for joining in. I see you're from New Jersey. I guess that's where the Jersey comes from. So that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I appreciate your time, and hopefully I could answer as many questions you may have as well. So just fill up the chat with as many questions that you have. Don't be shy, all right? Because, again, I'm here to help you guys, all right? So we're going to move to the first question that I built up here that were on my comments here. And the first question is right here. The question is, the question was asked in the comment section of my video for how to register your song with BMI, right? The question was, I just created a BMI account. I have online access, but I don't think I received my IPI number. Can I still register my songs without it? All right. So to answer this question, quite frankly, no, you can't. And the reason for that is because the IPI number is literally your music ID number. I like to also say your music social security number in a way. You get what I'm saying? Because it is what registers you as an artist. Now, this number is issued out to you by your performing rights organization. All right. So whether you're with BMI or ASCAP or CSAC, if you're with those and you're in the US, if you haven't signed up to any one of those yet, you got to sign up to it. So let me start with that. If you haven't signed up with a performing rights organization yet, you have to sign up for it because they're the ones who collect your royalties when you're dealing with, performances, when you're dealing with your music being on the radio, when you're dealing with your music being on television, on movies, and all of those different things. There are royalties, performing royalties, that is due to you, right? But you cannot collect those royalties if you do not sign up for a performing rights organization. Now, the ones that I just mentioned, the BMI, the ASCAP, CSAC, those are the ones in the U.S. If you are in another country, your performing rights organization will be another organization. Every country has their own organizations, right? But for the U.S., those are the three. Now, let me double check here. I'm pretty sure I had a video on PROs. So let me see. For those of you who just want to know more about it, do you need a performing rights organization? Okay, so yeah, I'll share this link with you because this link really breaks down and explains everything that you need to know about a performing rights organization, and it also lets you know what those organizations are, right? So boom, boom, there it is. So that's the link for performing rights organization. Again, if this is new to you, definitely look into this because you need this. This is one of the 4 major ways that you actually have to collect your royalties, right? So if you don't sign up for this, you will be missing out on royalties. And since I just said that, I might as well leave the link for the royalties, all right? Royalty. All right, how to get all your music royalties. This is a very, very important video for every beginner artist to watch and apply. If you haven't signed up for all 4 of these things, then you will be missing out on royalties when it comes to your music. All right, make sure you sign up for all 4 of these things, and one of those 4 things is a performing rights organization. Now, as far as which one of the 3 you choose between BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC, that's up to your discretion. They're pretty much all similar. All right, some have different perks than others, but essentially they all do the same thing. It's not a big deal really which one you choose. And some of them do have a cost to it. Right now, BMI, it charges you to sign up with them. ASCAP is free right now. So if you wanted to go the free way, sign up with ASCAP, all right? ASCAP and BMI, they're pretty much the same. CSAC, I don't know too much about it, but I know a lot about ASCAP and BMI. And those 2, they're really, really good, and they have a lot of perks as well. So definitely look into those. GQ, I see your question now. Thank you for making the transition so that you could get your questions answered. 504 Music, thank you for joining in on IG. I'm answering music industry tip questions on my YouTube channel. All right, if you want to get your music industry tips or questions answered, ask the question. Click on the link in my bio. Head over to YouTube, answer the question or ask the question on the chat here, and you'll have a chance to win a free gift on me. All right, 504. So definitely join in on YouTube to get those question answers. What's up, Wes? Much love, brother. For sure, for sure. Much love, for real, for real. Head over to the YouTube and get all and type in your questions so I could help you out with whatever you need. All right. So tips for gaining a fan base is GQ's next question. Tips for gaining a fan base. So before I could answer that question, I would always tell, anytime an artist talks to me about gaining a fan base, I always tell them this: where do you want to gain the fan base? And that's very important because there's different strategies to gaining a fan base depending on where you want to gain the fan base, right? Let's say you say, I want to gain my fan base locally in my town. Well, if you're trying to gain a fan base locally in your town, then you have to do more performances, right? You have to show up to a lot more open mics and things like that in your city to gain a fan base locally. Now, if you're telling me that you want to gain a fan base, on, let's say, YouTube, you want to grow your YouTube, that's a different method. YouTube, doing live performances and open mics isn't going to help you gain a fan base on YouTube the way it will for gaining just a local fan base, right? And that's what I mean by that. There's different, depending on where you want to gain the fan base, it changes your approach on how you actually gain it, right? So if you're trying to gain a fan base on YouTube, it's more pushing out content, pushing out videos, pushing out reels and all of those different things, and using the right tags and all of those different things to gain the fan base on YouTube, right? Me, for example, I have a strong fan base on YouTube. I have a strong fan base on Spotify and IG. TikTok, not so much, right? Facebook, not so much. Locally, I have a strong fan base, but that's because I've been doing this for a long time, so it's kind of grew in my city. But it's not, my local fan base is still not as big as my online fan base. You get what I'm saying? And that's because I focus more on online than in person. So again, you really want to kind of find out where you want to grow your fan base, all right? And then I can answer that question better for you. So again, GQ, let me know exactly where you're trying to get in your fan base, and I could give you a more direct, linear answer to that, all right? Now, Dre just asked a question here, and that's a great question, GQ. Let's get more specific with that. All right, so Dre's question is, how do I steer listeners from socials and DSPs to my direct website? Great question. I tell artists this: in order to get people to get to your website, which is very, very hard. It's hard to get people to transition from your social to do that extra click to get to your website. It's hard to get people to get from your Spotify and go to your website. The best way and the easiest way to get people to get to your website is by offering things that they can only get from your website, right? When it comes to my books here, my ebooks and all of my helpful tools, you can't get that anywhere but my website. That's the only place you could get it. Now, of course, I could set it up in such a way so that you're able to order it straight from IG. I could set it up so that you could order it straight from my Facebook. But that would defeat the purpose of them going to my website. So you're only able to download them, even the free ones. The free ones, the only place that you could download them is on my website. So every link that I have, every time I say, hey, go get this free checkbook or whatever, or this free checklist, you have to go to my website to get it, right? So as an artist, you could maybe have an exclusive music video that's only available on your website, for example, right? Or maybe your merch is only available on your website and you don't have it anywhere else. You don't have it on Shopify or anywhere else. You don't have it on Facebook shopping, IG shopping. Make it more specific and make things more exclusive to your website to get people to get it. What I've seen some artists do, they release a particular song that's only available to download from their website, right? You like my music? Well, I got this one song here, but the only way you can get this one song is by going to my website and actually signing up to my email list. Once you sign up to my email list, I will actually send you the song, right? That's another thing that I've seen work before. I mean, I've seen artists go as far as making an EP that's only available on their website. You get what I'm saying? So try to find a way, Dre, to actually create something that you could offer, but it's only available through your website, right? That'll be the easiest way and the best way to do it. All right. You also want to make it so that people don't have to go to the DSP or social to see your content. So, for example, going back to me here, of course, on my YouTube, I have my music videos on my YouTube. I have all my music related stuff right here on my YouTube, right? My music videos are right here. My music. Where's my music? My music is somewhere around here. Obviously releases. My music is right here, right? This is all on YouTube or the DSPs. But if you were to actually go to my website, connectmusic.com, right? Everything that's available, on the DSPs as well as my YouTube is also available on my website. So I just give people my website, right? The song that's playing right now in the background, that's this single right here. Listen now. It'll get you to listen to it on my website. My bio is here. These are all my singles, all my releases. They're right here, right? My music videos, all my music videos are right here. It's still connected to YouTube so that I can still get the YouTube ads and everything like that. But it's integrated with my website so that you can actually watch the music video from my website, even though it's still going to count as a view for YouTube, right? My music videos are here. My album is here, right? All of my stuff when it comes to my music is on my website. So when I tell people, when they want to know more about me, I say, go to my website. Everything's there. Are you on YouTube? Yeah, I'm on all of those places, but you can find everything that you need in one spot on my website, right? So that's something that you want to consider as well. Always put yourself in a position to get people to go to your website. My merch, for example, is only available on my website. You get what I'm saying? So that'll be the best way to drive traffic to your website, right? To get people to buy your songs from your website, if that's your goal, if that's your focus. But that'll be the best way, in my opinion, to actually do that. What's going on, LD40? Thanks for joining in. You already know what time it is. Good seeing you. Magyard, thank you for joining in as well. For those of you who is joining in on IG, again, I'm on YouTube. All right, here to answer music industry tip questions. Best question that's answered today, get a free gift on me. So go ahead, click on the link in my bio on IG and head over to YouTube and get those questions in. Get those questions in. But that was a great question, Dre from Jersey. Great question. All right. I actually have have a good friend of mine that's in Jersey. I haven't visited him yet, but I will be visiting soon. So I gotta check Jersey out one of these days for sure. I've definitely been to New York. I just haven't been to Jersey yet, and I heard it's really nice out there, really cozy. So for sure. So great question. Thanks. Can you post my URL? Yeah. What's your URL? Send me the URL for sure. I'll even subscribe to your email listing. You better have an email listing. If you don't have an email listing, you're missing out, Jay, because you want to be able to have you want a direct line to your fans outside of social media and stuff, right? You want to be able to send them emails and things like that. For example, me, I have an email listing, and I send emails out every time I'm doing a live. I send emails out anytime I have a new release on my music, all of those different things. So definitely have an email listing as well. I hope you have it. But yeah, go ahead and post up your URL, and I'll check it out for sure. All right, so let's get to the next question here. All right, the next question was actually on what so the question is, what if it's 3 artist collaborations? I believe I answered this last week, so I'll go ahead and delete this one. All right, and let's check this one now. Okay, this one is a very hefty question. You guys see this here? This is a massive question. All right, so I'm going to try to read this. And what's going on, CHH Jams? Love what you're doing for the Kingdom. Love what you're doing for Kingdom Music. I'm here to answer music industry tip questions. The only reason I'm on IG specifically is to direct traffic to my YouTube. Any music industry tip questions that needs to be answered, ask the question right here on the YouTube chat, and I'm here to help you. So spread the word. Thank you for joining in. Love what you're doing for sure. What's good, sir? What's going on? All right. Again, thank you for joining in. Love what you're doing for the kingdoms. All right. So this question was asked by Lizzie Callisto, and she asked the question on the video, how to get YouTube content ID for your music. All right. So she writes, your content is golden. I appreciate that. I just binged so many videos and sub. Well, praise God. I have a question. What if you're the singer, but you used a beat license and the beat creator has content ID for the beat, but you want to have your own content ID for the full song? Okay. How does that work? For me, I use beats produced by beat makers where I've purchased a limited license. Then I write the lyrics and melody. I haven't distributed anything yet, but I wanted to ask about this. Usually the beat maker gives you permission in the license for one full-length video. But what if you want to create a bunch of shorts as well? Will they all get content ID'd? Okay, so this is actually a very, very great question by Lizzie when it comes to YouTube content ID. And she's basically asking, how does the YouTube content ID work when you actually license a beat from BeatStars or any other place like TrackTrain, any other place that you could actually license out beats, all right? Because typically when a producer puts a beat on BeatStar in those places, they usually have a YouTube content ID attached to it. So she's asking, when I actually make a song, is there going to be a new YouTube content ID, or is it going to still be registered to them even though I make a song? So how the YouTube content ID works is very specific to the work, meaning that once you buy the license and you actually create your song and you release your song, that song will now have its own YouTube content ID if you applied for that through your music distribution company, right? Some music distribution companies, you get it automatically. Others, you have to opt into it. For example, DistroKid, you have to opt into the YouTube content ID. There's an extra fee to do it, but you have to opt into it to have it. Other ones, it automatically comes with every single release, but you still have to opt into it for most of them, because some artists like to have it, some artists don't, and there's reasons for both sides, right? So once you opt into it, your song will now have a new YouTube content ID, and that YouTube content ID will be linked to you, right? Now, when you release a music video with your song, that content ID will actually still be connected as your release, because your release is different from his release or the producer's release, because that's just the beat. You release the beat with vocals on it. So it's actually two different releases, right? So which means that it'll have two different content IDs, and which means that you'll still get credit for it and all of those things. But there is one thing to keep in mind, right? Once you actually make the music video, currently speaking, YouTube doesn't automatically register music videos with you as the owner, even though your page is connected to your YouTube, like your distribution, for example, right? So let me say that again for you guys to understand a little bit better. Let's say you distribute with DistroKid and you release your music on YouTube. Your music is on YouTube now, but when you release that music video, because you did that manually, DistroKid isn't, or YouTube isn't going to realize that that music video is your music video, so you're going to get flagged for it, right? And you're going to get a copyright flag for it. But you don't have to worry, because all you got to do is take a couple of steps to actually remove that copyright claim. And I'm going to actually share that link with you guys right now in regards to that, right? So essentially what will happen is you'll get a copyright claim from DistroKid, from your distribution company, saying, hey, you're not allowed to use this because this song is copywritten by YouTube Content ID, even though it's your song. So there's a little process that you have to do to get that removed. And I'm going to share this link right now on how to actually do that, right? And yeah, that's the link right there. All right, so that's a great question, great question by Lizzie, and yeah, that's how you do it there. Now again, guys, thank you all for joining in. For those of you who are joining in on IG, remember I'm on YouTube here just to answer music industry tip questions. Best questions that's asked today will get a free gift on me, but the question has to be asked on YouTube. All right, so again, Lizzie Castillo, or Callisto, I'm sorry, great question. Love that question. That's a question that I got to make sure she gets, because that's a deep question and there's a lot to that question. All right, so now the next question was by Jazz Stefan, right? And the question is, hey, what if I am doing a cover of an instrumental jazz tune? There's no lyrics and the tune is over 60 years old. Okay, this was actually an easy one, and this was asked on how to release cover songs. All right, so when you're doing a instrumental that's based off of another instrumental, right, as long as you're not physically using the original work like as a sample and you're recreating it entirely, which is typically what a cover is, you're all good, right? You don't have to actually release that as a cover songs. What cover songs are specifically is when you decide to use another artist's song lyrics for a different beat, for a different song. So for example, Michael Jackson, I don't know, Beat It, right? Let's say you wanted to use the exact same lyrics from Beat It, right? You could use the exact same lyrics just on a different beat. That now becomes a cover song, right? Now, with certain distribution companies, you can actually release that as a cover song, and they will actually get the license for you so that you're able to actually monetize that song, right? You don't actually have to contact the Jackson family estate to get approval to do it. They'll automatically get the license for you, all right? And now that's dealing with cover songs when you in general. But when it comes to literally recreating a beat to make that sounds similar to a beat that already existed, you're completely free to do that, as long as, again, you're not using any piece of the original in your work, because that would be sampling and you need to get a license for that. You can't just do that. But if you're just recreating something, and even if it's not identical but it's just off of a different instrument, you're good to go. You just can't take somebody's work previously, and that's how that works there, right? But that was a great question by Jazz Stefan. Great question by him. All right, now again, guys, everyone who's still joining in, I see a couple more people are joining in on IG. All right, I'm here to answer these music industry tip questions. Any questions that you want answered, I will answer it on YouTube but you got to actually exit on YouTube and not on IG here. Now, GQ, I need more clarification on where you want to gain the fan base. Let me know where you want to gain the fan base so I could actually answer it more specifically. And Dre, I'm waiting for that URL. Let me get that URL so I could follow and do all of that good stuff, or subscribe to your website, because I'm down to support. Just make sure you drop the link before you go. All right. Now, let's get to the next question here. All right. The next question is from, what's that? Patrice or Patrice. Man, I'm going with Patrice, right? Patrice Serenel. Oh, wow, that's a difficult name right there. All right, so the question was asked on my video, is DistroKid Leave a Legacy worth it? All right, so the question is, if I post 10 tracks and one of them is successful, and I want to enable the Leave a Legacy option only on that track, is that possible? Thank you. This is actually a really, really great question, right? And for those of you who don't know, Leave a Legacy is an option that you can have with DistroKid, right? It's an additional option that you could tap into. What this does for you is it actually gives you, an opportunity to keep your music on distribution services if for any reason you would be unable to actually continue to pay for the service. All right. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't mean that you could just, leave a legacy and then cancel your DistroKid. Doesn't work like that. They're not saying like, okay, instead of paying this much a year, just pay the amount of leave a legacy and you never have to pay for distribution again. No, what they're literally saying is that if you were, for example, to pass away, right, and the leave a legacy was still there, it would still collect royalties for you or for your family moving forward and stuff like that. Your family will still be able to collect those royalties, which is why it's called leave a legacy, right? Now, it's an option that's $29 per song, right? It's an option. It's optional, so you don't have to have it. If you release, let's say, an album, it would just be $29 for the whole album. So it's $29 per release. It's not. So I guess you can say it's per song if you're only releasing singles, but if you release projects, it's per release, right? So, yeah, that's what the option is. Now, to answer this question specifically, you could always opt into leave a legacy later. You don't have to opt into it right away when you first distribute your music. I know they give you an option to pick it or to opt into it right before you upload your song, but you don't have to. You could always go back and do it later. I'll show you an example with my DistroKid if I'm already logged in. Let's see. I should still be logged in. Okay, so see, if you were to put upload music, right? And you would, this is DistroKid specifically because that's what we're talking about. Leave a legacy on DistroKid. Once you put in all of this information here, all the way at the bottom, it's going to, these are the add-ons. See, extra, optional, but awesome, right? Leave a legacy is right here. This is it right here. Leave a legacy, $29 one-time fee, non-reoccurring. DistroKid will never delete this single, even if you cancel your account or your credit card is declined. Now, this, I don't believe that's still the case. I think they changed that. You can always choose to delete it anytime or not. You will continue to incur all royalties as normal. Protect your music and leave a legacy for future generations. This is very interesting because before there was certain circumstances for you to be able to do it, but it's saying right here, even if you cancel or your account or your credit card is declined. I'm very, very tempted to check the terms and conditions on this because I remember seeing that the only way you was actually going to be able to do it if it was an understandable circumstance. All right, but here they're saying you could do it in any event. So this is weird because it's like, okay, if I could just do this, I could just pay $29 per track and I don't have to pay for DistroKid per month or per year because it's an annual subscription, right? I could just pay $29 and be done with it and never have to pay it again. But I don't think you could do that. So I'm really trying to understand why they put this here. But I'm gonna check that right now because my curiosity is killing me on this. But that's if you uploaded a song. Now here's this song that I already have that's available right now, right? This song is on streaming services right now. I did not opt into the leave a legacy option, right? But if you scroll down, here it is right here, leave a legacy. I still have an opportunity to add it on now. You could literally add it on whenever you want, right? So you don't have to get it right away. Don't let them scare you into thinking that you could get it right or that you need to do it right away. You could do it at any time. Now, I'm going to quickly see if it's possible to look into this because I really want to. You know what? I'll do it after the live because I don't want to take all the rest of the live to research this, but I'm gonna research this leave a legacy more because it seems like there's some things that have changed about it and it wasn't like that before. So I'm gonna look into that further. But in the meantime, let's get to some more questions. Let's get to more because time is running on us here. All right, so the next question is right here. If you cancel music service, do you still have rights to still use the UPS codes? All right. Now, actually, this was asked on the Leave a Legacy video as well, right? Same video, but this was asked by MacD517TV4, all right? If you cancel music service, do you still have rights to your UPS codes? All right, so the direct answer to this is no. You will not still have rights to that UPC code. That UPC code is connected to your actual music distribution service. So if you cancel your music distribution service, you would not have that UPC code. Now, if you sign up for the Leave a Legacy, then you will still have it, right? But if you do not sign up for the Leave a Legacy, you will not have access to it. Now, I know the question was asked for the Leave a Legacy option for DistroKid, but I just want to be specific. If you do not opt into it, you will not retain it. If you do opt into it, you will still retain it, which is the whole purpose of the Leave a Legacy option. All right, so that was around the same, about the same thing here. So that one's the easy one. All right, so now the next one is from Shallow Mar. I'm going with Shallow Mar. All right, Shallow Mar. The question was asked on, is distributing with DistroKid worth it? Thank you for joining in, guys, on IG. Thank you on Matazel. I hope I said that right. UV Train, what's going on, brother? Alajos. Did I say? Yeah, Alajos brand. I hope I said that right. I hope I got all of those names right. But I'm basically on IG to let you guys know that I'm on YouTube. All right, answering music industry tip questions. If you have any music industry tip questions that you would like answered today, just type it in. All right. You can type it in on IG. I'll answer it on IG. But if you want a chance to win a free prize, actually head over to my YouTube, type it in the chat in the YouTube, and you'll have a chance to win something. All right, so definitely check me out on YouTube. The link is in the bio. All right, and you'll be able to see all the questions and stuff better. All right, so going back to this question right here by Shallow Mar, does DistroKid accept GPay for payments? This is a great question. Great question. All right, and it's an easy answer. No, it does not. It does not accept GPay. It does not accept Apple Pay. All right. With DistroKid, you actually have to have a card on file, right, in order for you to be able to actually pay for it a month or a year. I don't know why I keep saying a month. Actually, there is a month-to-month option if you want to do that, but it's cheaper to do yearly, so I don't even acknowledge the month-to-month option. With music distributors, it's far cheaper to do it annually, so just do it annually. But for the GPay and the Apple Pay, no, it does not allow those payments to be made that way. Now, I do know with, Apple Pay, I'm not sure with GPay, but I know with Apple Pay that they designate a card for you or something like that. Like you could get a virtual card. So you could just get the virtual card information and put that in instead of, because those are valid cards as well, credit cards or debit cards, whatever they may be, right? But no, you can't use GPay or Apple Pay to actually pay for DistroKid. You want to make sure that you actually have a card and a card on file, because what's going to happen is when you want to opt into those special things like leave a legacy, we spoke earlier, like YouTube content ID that we spoke earlier, when you want to actually have those add-ons, they're going to have to charge you for those things as well. So, and it's automatic with the card that's already on file, which is why they do it by card and by card only. All right, you can't even pay for it through PayPal. You have to do it through a card because that's how they pay out everything. It's annoying, but that's just the reality of how the payouts work for DistroKid. Now, since a lot of these questions are kind of revolving around DistroKid, all right, there's something that I definitely wanted to let just everybody know. There's something that I'm personally having an issue with DistroKid, and I'm still trying to find a solution for. And this might be something that may deter you guys from wanting to use DistroKid, at least at least as of right now. Right now, I'm hoping that at some point I get an answer and get a resolution to this, because this, I think, is a big issue, right? DistroKid is currently having a weird issue with TikTok. All right, and not TikTok in general, but TikTok for artists, right? Because TikTok recently announced the for artists page, and that now people can actually log into their TikTok and they could do their for artists page on TikTok. Now the issue is, for some reason right now, DistroKid isn't putting your music on the music tab. Now, if there's a way, let me see if I could show you guys what I'm talking about, because maybe it'll be easier for me to show you guys, because it's the weirdest thing. Let me show you. Let me see if I can pull up my TikTok. Oh, I know. At Connect TikTok, right? So let me see. Where am I? I recently updated my TikTok. All right, Connect Music. Here we go. Okay, so this is my TikTok right here, right? On TikTok, I don't know if it'll show up on the computer, but I know it shows up. Okay, it doesn't show up on the computer. All right, so on the phone, when you go to TikTok and you actually have a TikTok artist account, right? You're actually going to have a tab, a music tab. And when you go to your music tab, your music is supposed to be there under the music tab on your TikTok for artists page. For some reason, it's not showing up for DistroKid. I don't know why, right? Now, your music is available on TikTok. Your music can be connected to your reels and stuff on TikTok, but the actual music tab isn't populating your music on TikTok when you distribute with DistroKid, and it is so aggravating. I actually sent them an email. I've been going back and forth with them trying to explain it, because they're not understanding what I mean. They're thinking I'm saying that the music isn't on TikTok. The music is on TikTok. I can search my music on TikTok. It's just not showing up on the artist music tab on my profile, because my profile, I got approved for to make my TikTok page an official artist page. All right, if you guys want to know how to do that, I'm gonna actually share that link with you as well. TikTok artists, because TikTok now has a thing that you can literally make your account an artist account, right? Like how you make your IG an artist account, right? This video shows you exactly how to sign up for it. Now, how to get approved. They have to see that you have music and that you've had music for a little bit, and that, you actually have a little bit of a following. Then they'll approve you. But once you're approved, your music is supposed to show up on the music tab, and it's not showing up when it comes to DistroKid, and I don't know why. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out, and I hope that I can. But in the meantime, if your main focus is promoting on TikTok and you want to distribute your music to TikTok, I would say pause when it comes to DistroKid, at least until this is resolved or this is figured out, right? I don't know if it's a step that I'm missing, but I followed it step by step, and I still haven't figured it out. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Chato? Thank you for joining in. Guys, Chato is an amazing artist. Y'all go check out his music when he get a chance. I'm just on here just giving music industry tips. All right, check out Chato. He makes great music. CHVDOW. Really great artist. One of the homies. Y'all go check him out for real. Yeah. And I see Kazakage is back. Yo, what's going on? You're gang. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Good to see you again, of course. Good to see you for joining in the chat again. I'm just here doing the same thing I do every week, answering music industry tip questions. But yeah, this TikTok, and I got a lot of views on this, and I got a lot of comments from people who are having the same exact issue as well. So I'm working on it, guys. I'm trying to figure it out. Hopefully I can get an answer soon. Like I said, I'm going back and forth with them, but there's gotta be a way to get it. So to kind of show you, because I saw that, let me kind of show you what it's supposed to look like. TikTok for artists music. All right, so let me show you guys the image of it so you guys can actually see. So when you're on your TikTok, here we go. This is perfect. This is the exact image that I need you guys to see. All right, so you see this image right here? When your page becomes an official artist page, you'll see artists like this right under your name, and then you'll literally have a music tab that'll have all your music. Exactly how this looks is exactly what I'm talking about. I have this. I got approved to be an official artist page. I also have this, the music tab. But when you click on my music tab, my music isn't showing up. Now, if I were to actually search my music on TikTok, it will show. But under my music tab, it's not showing through TikTok. And I believe that has to be some type of DistroKid issue because it's supposed to populate here. And how I know it's probably a DistroKid issue, because I did a feature with another artist who distributes with another company, and that song that we collabed on is under the tab. The only song I have under my tab right now is my feature. None of my actual music is on there because I distribute with DistroKid, right? This is an issue, but again, I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know why it's doing it, but I'm literally emailing them back and forth, and I'm literally waiting on a response for them. Now, I see Kazakage got some intel here. So remember, I asked you a question about last stream about linking with the artist. Linking with artist engineer. Okay, dope. I actually got locked in with that artist producer last night. Thanks for your words. I just realized that's great news. And sometimes it's hard to find that producer that you can really link and mesh with. So big congrats on that. I'm super happy for you for that. That's like a big piece to the puzzle when it comes to being an artist. You got to have a producer. You got to have that person, even if they're not primarily the person who makes your beats and they're just engineering your sound, whatever the case may be. Every artist needs that guy, right? Needs that Alfred to the Batman, so to speak. Somebody got to bandage the wounds, fix the Batmobile, and all of those different things, right? And I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you found that person, and I just know that great things are going to come from that. Now, I just need me and my music, man, to be out there. It will. Just keep working on your craft, and just keep paying attention to the different ways to promote and stuff. There's other, people who help with music industry tips as well. Subscribe to their channels. They got great information as well. As much information as possible is always helpful. 305, thank you for joining in. Dark Chocolate, thank you for joining in. Motels, I see you still watching. Thank you for still listening, right? KR, the specialist, thank you for joining in as well. Again, guys, I'm only on IG to answer music industry tips for you guys. But if you want a chance to win a free gift on me, ask your question on YouTube Live. The link is in the bio, and you may get a free gift, all right? Is that a glitch? As far as the TikTok thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. At first I thought that it was, now mind you, the songs that I had before TikTok made this update, it wasn't on there. So I was like, okay, let me see if it's just because they're older songs. And TikTok recently made this. So my newest release actually came after this update, after this TikTok update. So I'm like, the new release gotta be on there. Then if that was the case, then I know, okay, I gotta go back with the old releases and redistribute to TikTok, and maybe it'll show up now. So once the new release came out and the new release showed up on TikTok, when you search it, I'm like, all right, cool. I went back to the tab. It's still not there. None of my songs are actually there when it comes to the music tab. And that's very frustrating because obviously this is very, very great for us artists. I mean, TikTok is already amazing for artists as it is. But when people actually hear a reel and they click on the song and it goes to your profile, and they click on your music tab, they can actually listen to every single one of your songs straight from the tab. And what's crazy about this tab, they can actually click on this here, this little these 3-line button here, click on it and automatically add the song to whatever their primary streaming service is, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever. That is super insane and super helpful for artists. But we got to get this thing to work. This is very, very important. Very, 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 very important because it makes it easier to build your fan base. It makes it easier for people to save your music. All you got to do is click one button on TikTok and it's automatically added to my Apple Music. That's crazy. It's automatically added to my Spotify. That's crazy, right? This is the things TikTok is really doing for artists, which is making TikTok above every other platform when it comes to just helping artists in general. Like, TikTok is the platform for artists. Now, it is scary. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's very, very scary because at the end of the day, we know everything that's going on with the U.S. and TikTok, and the U.S. trying to get TikTok banned, this, that, and the third. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I know that currently speaking, TikTok didn't right now, TikTok has paused any payouts to U.S. artists right now, you know, because of the issue they're having with the government. I don't know if they're still, if they reverse that, but I know as of right now, they're not doing any payouts to U.S. artists as of right now because of the issues, right? Stuff like that is crazy, right? Because it's like, do I have to move to another country now? Like, because you want, like, TikTok is so big. So there's a lot of things that's still in the air when it comes to that portion of it. But if we could get TikTok to stay in the US, like, TikTok is there's nothing greater. There's nothing greater for us artists. And I believe I did a video, and I want to share that link to that video about that issue with TikTok and the U.S. government. Essentially, they're literally at odds with each other. But yeah, as of right now, TikTok is not paying out to artists in the here it is. All right, the video that I labeled "The Death of TikTok for Musicians in the U.S." Like, I know it sounds extreme, but it really is this extreme. I'm gonna share this. Y'all check this video out when you get a chance. I'm sharing it on YouTube here. In this video, in the terms and conditions, and this happened, it's 11 months ago, so it's about a year ago. I made this video when it just happened, as soon as they signed on it and as soon as they made the changes. When you go to TikTok's terms and conditions right now, there's two different ones. There's one for the US, there's one for international. The one for international is still paying out, the one for the US is not, because of the issues they're having with the US, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see if I can actually, what time we got? Okay, I got like a couple more minutes, so let me see if I could just pull it up real quick. Terms, okay, the terms of service, image, just so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, see this right here? If I click on this, they have different terms for different places. We're on the U.S. right now. I just want to check to see if it's still the same, because it definitely was last time, and I believe it was in the content section. And this is how you know the real stuff. This is how you know it's like, this is how you know what's real. This is the stuff that you could go to court with, right? Never look at the front page of the websites and stuff like that, or whether they do this or not. Always go to the terms and conditions. Sometimes the words may be a little tricky and stuff like that, but you always want to check the terms and conditions, because that's when you know what they're allowed and not allowed to do by law. All right. So here's what it says. It says, You acknowledge and agree that we may generate revenues, increase goodwill, or otherwise increase our value from the use of the services, including by the way of example or not limited to through the sales of advertising, sponsorship, promotion, and usage and data. No, this isn't the part. We further acknowledge that it's in here somewhere. Okay, I think it's right here. Use of, okay, yeah. Where does this sentence start? Okay, boom, boom. You further acknowledge that, except as specifically permitted by use in these terms or any other agreement that you enter into with us, you have no right. You guys got to see this. This is TikTok. This is TikTok. I'm not making this up. This is literally TikTok letting you know what you do not have a right to, right? You are hiding this. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for joining in. I'm just here answering music industry tips. Long time no see. Hope everything is well. All right. If you want any music industry tips, questions answered, head over to YouTube. But check this out, guys. You have no right to receive any income or other consideration from any user content defined or use of any musical work, sound recordings, or any audio visual clips made available to you on or through the services, including in any, here we go, hold on, including or, wait, whoa. Here we go, including in any user content created by you are prohibited for exercising any rights to monetize or obtain consideration from any user content within the services or third-party services, YouTube, social media, and everything like that. So essentially, they're letting you know that you're not entitled to anything. By law, you're not entitled to a single penny anymore. The top part is letting you know that they will get revenue off of your work. And the bottom part is literally telling you that you have no right to receive any income. You have no right to receive any income. You have no rights, right? So it's not one of those things. It's like, no, I got 1 million listens on TikTok. It doesn't matter. You're not, as an artist, your music you don't have any right to receive any revenue off your music with TikTok in the US specifically as of right now, because again of the issues that they are having with the US government. Other countries are perfectly fine. They're able to get every monetization, everything off of their stuff. But for the US right now, it's crazy. They're not. I explained it even more thoroughly in this video. This video only got 500. Where is it? This video literally only has like 500 views. It doesn't have that many views. And it's crazy because it's a very, very important video. It's probably one of the most important videos I've ever did. This video right here. I don't know if I shared it, but I'm going to share it again just in case I didn't. But yeah, as of right now, if your whole plan is to grow your, I did share it because this is the same one. But yeah, watch that whole video when you get a chance, because we're about to get over time, right? But yes, this is a real thing. This is crazy. This has been going on for almost a year now, so this ain't nothing new, right? But that doesn't mean that, okay, so I want you guys to also understand. I see Kazakage say that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I see what? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Now, here's the thing. TikTok will still pay you for the views of TikTok. Like, you'll still get that. Like, if you get 1 million views on TikTok, TikTok is going to pay you because you got 1 million views. But when it comes to the music side of it, you're not getting paid for the music at all. If somebody else uses your music and they get a whole bunch, you're not getting paid at all. You're not getting paid for that at all, right? You just won't, because of the issue TikTok has with the U.S. right now. If I were to look up the terms in any other country, this part is very, very different. It's very, very different. This is just in terms of the U.S. Now, we do know that, the U.S. has been trying to ban TikTok, and all of these different things. So it could be due to that as well. They've been in courts for a while now. But, yeah, this is a real thing. This is something that you guys have to consider. This is one of the reasons that I don't promote much on TikTok, even though TikTok is amazing. TikTok is incredible. It's like the perfect platform for artists. And it really makes me feel like they're putting us behind the 8 ball as far as artists in the U.S. Like, it really isn't fair, because at the end of the day, the U.S. uses TikTok just as much as everywhere around the world. And the fact that we're getting penalized because our government can't just, leave the TikTok owners alone. I get it. you know, I feel like they're trying to make all of these different reasons. Oh, national security is from China, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, China makes damn near all of our stuff. But somehow this is an issue. Now China's an issue because they own TikTok and we're all using it. I don't know. Maybe it's because TikTok is making so much money off of everybody and they're not getting a cut out of it. So now they feel like they want to ban it. I don't know what the real reason is, but none of it makes sense to me. And honestly, I don't care. I just want artists in the US to have to be in the same position as artists in everywhere else around the world, because TikTok is so big for artists right now. There's no other platform right now that you could click one button and it automatically puts their song into their DSP. Like, that doesn't happen anywhere else. We need to be able to benefit from that just like the rest of the world. We need to be able to use that as well. It's just so awesome. And I think I have that video here as well. When it comes to adding that, I believe TikTok new add music feature. That's this one right here. And this one only got 400 views. This is crazy. These are dope videos as far as TikTok, but I'll share this too. In this video, it literally talked about, and that was 5 months ago, and that is when they actually first introduced the add to music feature. And yeah, the feature's out right now. It's crazy. KR said industry sabotage. Honestly and truly, like, come on, bro. Like, what's going on? Why are they doing this? I don't know why. It is very frustrating. It's weird. I just hope that we're in a position that we could get this whole ban situation out the way, and we could get all of this nonsense out the way, and let us use TikTok the way everybody else is using it. I know other countries is like, yeah, it sucks for you. You get what I'm saying? I get it. And you guys are the U.S. You guys get anything everywhere. So now you guys get to feel how we feel. Yeah, that's a good point too. I'm not gonna hold you. That's a good point. But this ain't fair, and it's not fair for them neither. But either way, I hope that there's some resolution that comes with this. Guys, definitely check out the video with how to change your TikTok account to an artist account. I shared that on the YouTube chat, as well as the new feature. If you want to look into that, check that out as well. Regardless of the views, these are very good and important videos. If you're an artist who's focusing on building your fan base on TikTok, just know that there is going to be a hindrance when it comes to the monetization of your music specifically. Again, they're not talking about your views or anything like that. They're just talking about the things that are specific to your music, your musical works, your where it is here, any musical works, sound recordings, or audio visual clips. Those are the things that they're talking about specifically. Now and like they said before, they may generate revenue from your stuff. You're just not going to get paid from it. It's in their terms and conditions. You guys see it here. All right, you could always come up here in the terms and conditions, change to another country, other reasons, and you'll see it's not the same. The terms is actually different, but that's what it is. That's where we at right now. And at this point, honestly, the only thing we could really do is pray about it. You know what I'm saying? And hope that something gets figured out here, because it's crazy. And KR is mentioning Universal Music Group has something to do with this. I promise. I would agree, however, that Universal Music, well, yeah, it could definitely have a problem with it as well. I do know that they cut ties with them in January as far as disconnecting with them. Universal Music Group and TikTok. I know that they ended their partnership, I think March or something, but yeah, it was recently earlier this year. So that could be a big part of it. But even with that, that's all over the place as well, because Taylor Swift just came back to TikTok and she's still under Universal Music Group. How she do that, I don't know. Maybe she did a buyout through Universal, or maybe just made a different deal with TikTok specifically for her new album. But her new album is on TikTok right now, and she's under Universal Music Group. Drake and Kendrick and all of those who's under Universal Music Group isn't on TikTok anymore. They haven't been back since they've been removed. So it's all over the place right now. All we know that TikTok and the US has major issues, right? So we're just hoping for the best. We're hoping that we could get to a place that they could just leave it alone so that artists can benefit from it the way they're supposed to, the way artists are in other countries are. But like I said, all we could do is hope for the best. Maybe there's a petition out there that we could sign or something. I don't know. But That's our time, guys. We're literally 10 minutes overdue here, but a lot of great questions, today. KR said the shadow ban like no other platform. Yeah, they do shadow ban. They definitely do. They do that as well. So, let me see the best question that was asked today. Out of all the questions that I've seen here, I am probably going to go with, because this was a great question by Kazakage had a good one. But it was Dre. The winner for today is going to have to be Dre. I felt like he had the best question when it came to how to get people to listen to transition from social media and DSPs to his website. That's a great question. That's a question that I think people, websites alone is what a lot of artists aren't even thinking about. Having a website is very, very important, and very, very important to have. I advise everybody to have a website if you are an artist. It helps in so many different ways that I don't have time to discuss about right now. But it was a great question about how do you get people to exit social media to the website. And that's something that I'm probably going to make a video on soon. All right. Like I said, the questions that usually win or the people that usually win are the people that put me in a position to make a new video. So that'll be here. So Dre, if you're still listening, just let me know you're still here, because I do have some details to give you. I do have some things to give you, because you are, again, in fact, the winner of the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business. All right. You actually won the virtual or the ebook version of this today. All right. What I need you to do for me, Dre, I need you to go to my Instagram, or find me on Instagram, WesTheTech. Find me on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram so that I can send you the links. I see. Thanks. You're very, very welcome. Great question. All right. Just follow me on IG if you haven't already. Send me a message. I'm going to send you the link and the promo code so that you can get it free off of my website right now. Again, it's the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business. For those of you who don't know, like, really what you have to do to start your music business, definitely look into that ebook. I also have physical copies as well. They're just more expensive, you know what I'm saying? But definitely check out the ebook if you can. I mean, it's literally the steps that I took to put myself in a position to do music full time. I've been doing music full time for years now, and all I did was those same steps that's in that ebook. All right, you do those steps, you're putting yourself in a position to win and actually do music full time. Regardless of how big you are, I think at the end of the day, every artist just wants to be in a position to do music full time. That's what I believe. So that's what my goal is, to help you guys. If you want to take that and become even more famous with that and get on the billboards and go to Grammys and stuff like that, that's on you. But as far as putting you in a position to do music full time and don't have to work a 9-to-5 anymore, that's what I'm here to help you guys with. And that ebook is a big step in that process. All right, guys. But that's pretty much it for the live today. Thank you for joining in. You came in a little bit too late, but it's good seeing you. All right. Definitely watch the replay on this. And again, guys, don't forget about my membership club. All right. This is for the different perks that I offer, just being part of the membership club. If you're interested, more information will be under the join. Once you hit that join button right there, you'll be able to see all the different perks that I have, and you can have access to perks that you see on the screen right now. All right, guys. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the repeats, Kazakaze. I hope I see you next week. All right, for sure. And you know what? I haven't started a Boruto yet. I think I will, right? Because I've been hearing it's getting better. I'm definitely going to check that out. Missed it. Hey, don't worry, Dadas. It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully you could join in next week. Remember, it's from noon to 1 Eastern. All right, so I'm not sure exactly what time zone you're in, but just remember, noon to 1 Eastern. Subscribe to my channel so you can get the notifications, or catch a replay like you just said, or just subscribe to my email, because through my email I send you notifications on anytime I'm going live, so that you'll have it. All right, so love you guys. Thank you all for being a part of the community. Thank you for helping each other out. I love seeing it. Dre, don't forget to get in contact with me, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.